Imagine waking up 40,000 years ago, alone, inside a freezing forest at night. You hear footsteps behind you, not an animal, not a monster, a human. But when you turn around, something feels wrong. Its body is larger than yours, its eyes stare differently, its face looks almost human, but not completely. And in that moment, you realize something terrifying. You are not the only human species alive, because ancient Earth was nothing like the world we know today. Long before cities, before kings, before recorded history, multiple human species walked this planet together. Some were stronger than us, some survived brutal ice ages, some may have been smarter than scientists once believed. And then they vanished, almost completely erased from history. But the creepiest part is this. Scientists are now discovering evidence that ancient humanity may be far stranger, far older, and far more mysterious than anyone imagined. Entire species forgotten, ancient DNA hidden inside modern humans, lost populations possibly buried beneath oceans and deserts. And one question still terrifies researchers today. What happened to the others? Right now, every person alive belongs to one species, Homo sapiens. But for most of human history, we weren't alone. Thousands of years ago, Earth looked completely different. Different climates, different predators, different humans. Imagine traveling back in time and seeing entire groups of people who looked similar to us, yet weren't us at all. And for a brief moment in history, several human species existed at the same time, competing, hunting, surviving, possibly even fighting each other. History books rarely talk about this, but the truth is, humanity was once a world filled with other humans. For centuries, people believed ancient humans were simple cavemen, primitive, unintelligent, barely surviving. Then, scientists discovered the Neanderthals. At first, researchers thought they were just savage creatures, but over time, the discoveries became shocking. Neanderthals buried their dead, created tools, used fire, made weapons, and may have even created art. Some scientists now believe they cared for injured members of their groups, meaning they understood empathy and emotion. They weren't beasts, they were humans. Different humans. Stronger than modern humans. Their bones were thicker, their muscles more powerful, their bodies built for survival in brutal Ice Age conditions. If you stood next to one, you would immediately notice the difference. And yet, they disappeared. Then came one of the strangest discoveries in modern history. In 2010, scientists examining a cave in Siberia found a tiny finger bone, just a small fragment. But when they tested its DNA, everything changed. The bone belonged to an entirely unknown human species, the Denisovans. Think about how insane that is. An entire species of human hidden from history, discovered from a single finger bone. No one knew they existed, and the mystery became even darker when scientists later discovered something shocking. Many people alive today still carry Denisovan DNA inside them, meaning ancient humans didn't just exist separately. They met, they mixed, they shared lives. Your ancestors may have spoken to them, hunted beside them, lived with them, had families with them. Human history suddenly became much stranger than anyone imagined. Then scientists uncovered another mystery. This time on a remote Indonesian island. Researchers found tiny skeletons belonging to a species called Homo floresiensis. Homo floresiensis. They were only around 3 feet tall. At first, people thought the skeletons belonged to sick humans, but they were wrong. This was another completely different human species, a tiny population of ancient humans living in isolation. Scientists nicknamed them the hobbits. Now, imagine ancient Earth again. Massive Neanderthals in Europe, mysterious Denisovans in Asia, tiny hobbit-like humans on islands, and modern humans spreading across the planet. It almost sounds like fantasy, except it was real. Then comes one of the most disturbing questions in human history. Why did every other human species disappear except us? Scientists still debate the answer. Some believe climate change destroyed them. Others think disease played a role. But another theory is far darker: competition. Ancient humans fighting for survival. Different human species hunting the same animals, living on the same land, competing for the same food. Eventually, conflict may have become unavoidable, and if that happened, human history's first wars may not have been between nations, but between species. One human species replacing another, until only one remained: us. And maybe that's the creepiest part. Modern humans didn't necessarily become the only humans because we were peaceful. Maybe we were just the last survivors. For a long time, ancient humans were portrayed as simple cavemen, primitive, unintelligent, barely surviving. Then, scientists discovered jewelry, complex hunting strategies, advanced tools, musical instruments made of bone, and cave paintings that survived tens of thousands of years. Some ancient humans may have understood symbolism, storytelling, and spirituality. In other words, they thought deeply about the world around them, just like we do. This raises an uncomfortable possibility. What if ancient humans were mentally far closer to us than we ever realized? Maybe the difference wasn't intelligence, maybe it was time. Now we enter one of the most controversial ideas. What if human civilization is older than history says? Most structures disappear over time. Wood rots, metal corrodes, cities sink beneath oceans or become buried under sand. After thousands of years, nature erases almost everything. So researchers ask a disturbing question. Could advanced ancient societies have existed long before recorded history? Not futuristic civilizations, but organized societies we know nothing about. Because if entire human species disappeared almost without a trace, what else could have been lost? The deeper scientists investigate ancient humanity, the stranger the story becomes. Because humans were never alone. Other humans lived beside us, walked beside us, loved, feared, survived, and disappeared, leaving behind only bones, fragments, and mysteries buried deep within the earth. And maybe the most haunting realization is this: one day, future civilizations may look at us the same way, wondering who we were, why we vanished, and whether humanity was ever truly meant to last forever.